Herzlich willkommen bei der ersten Keynote zum Forum IC 2025 und der Frage, wie wir in Europa und in unseren eigenen Unternehmen die digitale Souveränität in einer von außereuropäischen Tech-Giganten dominierten Welt erhalten oder auch wieder zurückgewinnen können. Francesca Bria ist die Initiatorin und Leiterin der EuroStack-Initiative zur digitalen Souveränität Europas und zeigt auf, wie die Digital Landscape in Europa zu entwerfen ist, als Gegenmodell zu den US- und China-Programmen. In ihrer Keynote The Call to Action to Policy.
I want you to think for a moment about your daily life. Your phone, your job, your bank, the hospital that cares for your family. Now imagine if the very systems that run all of that were controlled somewhere else, by a handful of powerful companies, or foreign governments. The truth is, for Europe, that's not a future threat, it's our present reality. And that's why we need a new plan for Europe's digital independence. We call it the EuroStack. Today, digital sovereignty isn't a technical term. It's the condition for our democracy. Let's be blunt. Elon Musk controls the satellite that keeps Ukraine online. Mark Zuckerberg controls the algorithms that influence your children while lobbying against European digital laws. Microsoft even blocked the email of an international criminal court prosecutor investigating Israel's war crimes against the Palestinian people. And this isn't just about billionaires or tech oligarchs. It's political power. And the numbers are staggering. Over 80% of Europe's cloud, the systems where most of our critical data is stored, is American. 90% of our advanced microchips come from Asia, Taiwan, and South Korea. China dominates the supply of rare earth minerals we need for our clean energy future. And the United States controls the most powerful artificial intelligence models. One decision in Washington or in Beijing, not Brussels or Vienna, could switch off the systems that run our industries, our hospitals, our schools, and our elections. This isn't just dependence, this is strategic vulnerability, and it puts our democracy at risk. So how did we get here? To understand the solution, we first need to understand the architecture of digital power. We call it the stack. And it starts not in the sky, but in the ground. It's built on raw materials like lithium, cobalt, and silicon, the ingredients for our phones, our cars, our clean energy. Without them, nothing works. And the problem? Most are controlled by just a few countries. China refines about 80% of the world's rare earth. When China restricted gallium exports, factories right here in Germany and Austria had to slow down production. A single choke point can paralyze entire industries. Our green future starts with securing access to these resources through recycling, ethical mining, and trusted partnerships with Global South countries. Then it comes to semiconductors. Those are the brains of a modern economy. These tiny chips are in everything, from your car to your refrigerator to life-saving medical equipment. Yet Europe makes less than 10% of the world's chips. We are a pawn in a global chip war between the US and China that risks decoupling global supply chains in the current geopolitical environment. The third layer is connectivity, the circulatory system of our society. When Ukraine's internet was bombed, it wasn't European satellites that kept them online. It was saved by Starlink. Controlled by one man, Elon Musk decided when and where Ukraine information could work. That is a dangerous dependency. Europe must build its own secure satellite system. We have IRIS². We must protect our undersea cables, which carries over 95% of global data, and they are increasingly vulnerable to sabotage. And we must build a 6G networks under European control. Because in the digital age, communication is sovereignty. Now let's move up the stack to where it becomes deeply personal. Above connectivity, the Internet of Things, our ports, grids, and cities run on connected sensors, but mostly they rely on foreign technologies. When it comes to the cloud, that's where our most sensitive data is shared. Our hospital records, our research, our education data. And 70% it's run by just 3 American big tech companies. Think about that. Our hospitals, our universities, our local governments, they are storing our health records, our research data, our citizen information on servers run by companies outside our legal jurisdiction. Then it comes the software and the platforms we use every day. Our operating system, our office software, still largely foreign-made. Europe must reclaim its digital commons. We need open source, secure digital ID, and a digital euro. Public code that serves citizens, not exploit their data. At the very top of the stack is artificial intelligence. The systems that shape what we see and what we think, and that shape how we see the world. Right now, the data from our lives, our voices, our emotions, our movement, and our creativity is used to train artificial intelligence models that serve foreign interest. Models used for surveillance and disinformation, for AI dominance from a few tech oligarchs. This is a form of digital colonialism, but it doesn't have to be this way. Europe has unique strength. World-class research, a rich cultural heritage, a rich history. We have the talent and the industrial base, from Barcelona to Berlin, from Paris to Vienna to Helsinki. The EuroStack must be our plan to build on that strength. It means building Europe digital public infrastructure with sovereign chips for our electric cars, our renewable energy, and medical equipment. A sovereign federated cloud where our data is protected under European law, where a patient hospital record are guaranteed privacy, and where citizen digital identity is protected. A digital euro for secure payment, and sovereign artificial intelligence that run on Europe's supercomputer, trained on our data, and guided by our rules and our laws. Artificial intelligence focuses on public value that predicts flood, improves cancer diagnosis, helps us fight climate change, and support workers, instead of just selling advertising and spreading disinformation. That's what the EuroStack is really about. Building digital infrastructure that serve public needs, that are open, resilient, and democratic. The EuroStack is guided by clear principles: sovereignty and security, openness and interoperability, climate alignment, data as a common good, decentralization and inclusive governance, and democracy first, ensuring that our democracy relies on infrastructure we democratically control. Let me be clear, this is not about protectionism. Europe must be open and connected. We will work with other democracies around the world to build a third way, a path beyond the surveillance capitalism of Silicon Valley and the state capitalism of Beijing. But openness without sovereignty is just dependency. And in a world of trade wars, fragmented supply chains, and weaponized technologies, dependency is the end of democracy. If we delay, we won't be the builders of our own future. we will be tenants in someone else's digital empires. History shows we can do better. We have the knowledge, we have the infrastructure, and we have the talent. What we need is a bold ambition and forward-looking investment. The EuroStack is this common mission, a new European blueprint, like the Bauhaus was a century ago, bringing together engineers, artists, and citizens to build a digital future that embodies our values, that protects fundamental rights, and that protects the environment. Europe must be not a passive consumer of empires built elsewhere. We must become builders of sovereign technologies, of international alliances, and of a democratic Europe. This is the mission of the EuroStack.